Hi guys, Bev here. I wanted to talk to you about some technology stuff today. Over in my Facebook group, the question of technology has come up quite a few times, so it's a point of scariness for people. And I totally get that. I totally get that technology can feel overwhelming and scary, and I don't know what to do with it. But I want you to use this as an opportunity to reframe and rethink how you're looking at technology, because technology is actually what's going to support you in reaching the people that you want to reach. And so it's a very, very valuable tool. And all that has to happen is you got to have some growing pains with it. And I'll be totally real. Like the things that I have now in place, technology wise, are not the things that I necessarily had in place when I first started. So it grows and it evolves, and it's just really good to get in harmony with that because it's going to make it a lot easier and you can have more fun with the technology piece when you just know that you're using it to reach people and you want to figure out if it's the right platform to support you in reaching the people that you want to reach. And if you can just look at it that way and kind of play around with the different platforms, it can be a lot easier than making it a very difficult situation. So for me, where I started was it just made sure I had an email. So email, Gmail you could start with. I started with Bev Sartain at Recovery Life Management, which I still have today. So I had a very basic website that my husband created for me. It's still the same one. I have not ever paid anybody to recreate my website. I still don't feel like that is what I need to do or where I'm at in my business, and it's been fine. I've been doing great in my business. So a big mistake I see people make is think that they have to spend a lot of money and have some great website. And the truth is that your niche is going to evolve, that you are going to evolve and figure out more clearly who you want to be serving. So do not spend a lot of money on having a website done, because I'm telling you, you are going to get more clarity through this process of who you really truly want to serve, who you are best suited to serve. And your niche is going to get more defined the more work that you do and more experience you have. So that was the best advice that I ever got, was not to spend a lot of money on a website when I first started. And seriously, I haven't needed to do that yet. I just got somebody to do a new sales page for me. So that's super cool and a new step that I've taken. But that just has happened now, and it's been several years, So you just want to start off with the basics. And for me, just having a very simple and basic website was the basics. I had an email address. I got a scheduler. So I use Full Slate. It's what I started with. It's who I use right now. It's not who I'm going to be using in the future because things are evolving and I really feel like I want to step into something else. But there's tons of schedulers out there, so I can't tell you what the scheduler is that's going to be best for you. You're going to have to do that research. Look at these things, see how much they cost, see what you really think that you need right now. And remember, you're going to grow, you're going to evolve. And so at some point, you're going to have to step into something bigger or higher or that costs more. But when you start off, you don't have to be doing that. You don't have to think like too far ahead. You just want to start with what's going on right now in your business and know that it will evolve. And when you're ready for that next step, then you'll take it. That's how I've been viewing this whole process. So there's things like Acuity, there's things like Time Trade if they're still around. Like I said, Full Slate is the one that I currently use. 17 Hats I know people use. I mean, there's just a plethora of different schedulers that you could pick. So you really, you want to just take a couple of hours out of your day, put it on your calendar and just say, I'm going to do some research and see which one is the best fit for me. And that's a really good thing to have, because then people can start scheduling discovery calls or coaching sessions with you. So I put that at the bottom of my email signature. I don't have it there anymore. I just changed it. I just now I have an opt-in that people can opt in and give me their email address. So I've kind of bumped up a little bit. But I used to always have my scheduler down there. So people could schedule a session with me, a free session or their coaching sessions through my email signature. Then you want to make sure you have an email marketing service. So I started with MailChimp and now I use ActiveCampaign. I really liked starting with MailChimp because it was free and it lets you stay at that free level until you get so many people added to your list. And then it bumps you up a little bit and it still wasn't very expensive. For what I need to use my email marketing service for now, MailChimp isn't the best thing, so that's why I switched over to ActiveCampaign. So again, just start small and then see how things grow, and then you can step into something that's a better fit for where you are at that point in your business. And then the only other technology I would say that I pretty quickly jumped into was I did like conference call, like I did teletalks, webinars, those kinds of things I started to jump into pretty quickly. And I have used a lot of different ones. So I've used freeconferencecall.com. I really liked it until I realized that it wasn't really the best suited for my Canadian clients. So I have a lot of clients that I connect with in Canada, and it just wasn't the best fit for those clients in regards to allowing them to join in for free on the calls. Then I hopped on to Maestro, which I have participated in Maestro a lot of times, really liked it, but it just wasn't the right fit for what I was doing group-wise at the time. Did Instant Teleseminar, really like Instant Teleseminar, definitely one that I would recommend people looking into. A lot of coaches, when I hop onto calls with them, they use Instant Teleseminar too. So that I know is one that people like a lot. And now I use Zoom, which I love because you can share slides on Zoom. You can see people on video if they want to, or they can just call in and just do audio. You can just do audio only if you want to just do like a teletalk. So Zoom's got a lot of cool functionality on it, and it reaches a lot of people in different countries. So I really like Zoom. I've been using Zoom a lot lately. And I feel like there was one other one that I was using. Oh, Webinar Jam. So I use Webinar Jam for my webinars, and I use Webinar Jam if I'm going to be like pitching a discovery call, like if I want people to hop on a call with me, like that. It gives you really good functionality for people just to sign up right then. And I really like that. And same if you're selling something, there's really great functionality on Webinar Jam where they can just sign up for the product right then, and it takes them to your sales page and all that stuff that you've created. So that's something I jumped into pretty quickly, using those types of platforms. And then as you keep growing, you're going to want to get like lead pages or something where you can have people sign up. But that's really, the next step. So I really encourage you to just make sure you have a scheduler, you have an email address that you can communicate with people, and you're starting to collect emails through an email marketing system. That's really important. A lot of people hold off and wait on that, and the sooner you can get your list going and growing, the better for you. And then once you get that stuff kind of going and you're starting to get clients, then you can start to do teletalks and webinars. And so that would be where I would start. I would start with those things. And again, if this feels overwhelming to you or you have more questions or whatever, I'm happy to jump on a call with you and do like a quick 15-minute, 30-minute just check-in or call and answer some of your questions. But the technology piece, don't let it bog you down. Seriously. It's just another thing that you want to learn about, just like you're going to learn about webinars, just like you're going to learn perhaps about guest blogging, just like you're going to learn about telesummits or something else. It's just a learning curve, and you don't have to be afraid of it. Like everybody that you see out there, it's a learning curve. They all started where you were, and they all are just at a more advanced place now because they've been practicing, they've been using this stuff, they have people that help them use these systems. So I always want you to remember that. Like the people you see out there that are doing like really crazy big things or have been around for 5 to 10 years, they all started where you are. And it always helps me to remember that too, that these people have just grown and evolved. And I'm totally willing and committed to be on that journey of growing and evolving for myself to see what I can create. And I hope that you are along for the ride. All right, guys, I'm wishing you a beautiful Friday, and we will talk soon.